I can't believe it's come to this. Me. On trial. I exposed a fatal flaw in Camus Automotive. A flaw that has led to the deaths of at least 20 people. And I'm being punished for it. My lawyer, Cindy Coleman. Erica recommended her. The daughter of one of the residents at the retirement home she works at. I'm putting the future of my career, the future of my life in her hands.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Humphreys, and you are now in my domain. I like order in my courtroom, and I like swiftness. Keep both of those in mind, and we'll have no problems today. Now then, let's hear opening arguments, shall we? Mr. Cameron, you have the floor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Safety Detective Anise Alvarez betrayed the trust of the institution she works for and overstepped her authority. She leaked classified documents to the public, causing substantial damage to a beloved corporation. What she did was inexcusable for someone who claims to uphold the law. Furthermore, after looking at her records, I am shocked at some of her actions. She does not deserve the privilege of serving our community. Frankly, what she deserves is punishment at the full extent of the law that she supposedly holds so dear.
What my client did, she did to uphold the law and her beliefs. She was simply doing her job. What shocks me is that she seems to be the lone voice in her institution that's willing to uphold the law. I've seen those same records, Mr. Cameron, and they belong to a person with integrity and passion. Someone willing to fight for truth and justice, both of which are very, very hard to come by these days. What we have here, what this whole case is about, is retaliation. In the pursuit of justice, Detective Alvarez stepped over a line and angered a powerful company. Is this fair? Is this justice? That will be for you, members of the jury, to decide.
The testimonies began. It was strange. Hearing people talk about me or events I was involved in out loud, as if they were a story.
Mr. Jones, you're the current CEO of Camus Automotive?
That is correct, sir.
How far did your stocks plunge after the defendant leaked her report?
Let's just say millions. I lost millions in 10 minutes.
Oh my God. I am so sorry, sir. Please, everyone, a moment of silence for this monumental loss.
Mr. Jones, were you in fact aware of the brake problem in Camus cars?
Problem? I prefer the word challenge. Yes, we knew there was a risk. There always is when it comes to brakes, tires, spark plugs, every single piece of the car. But it's not just limited to cars either. When you use a pencil, for instance, there's always a chance you might accidentally grip it too hard, and it breaks.
But a broken pencil doesn't cause death.
What I mean is, there's always a small level of risk involved, no matter what we do.
According to the Camus financial records, this brake challenge didn't appear until you changed the material the brakes were made out of, a cheaper material more prone to breakage.
It's perfectly safe.
The brake in Jackie Wilmott's car, a Camus rider, failed nearly 2 years ago and she was killed.
A tragic anomaly.
And the recent school bus accident?
A more tragic anomaly. But these things happen.
Did you not know the risks involved with these brakes?
Anomalies happen no matter what. To spend resources on studying things we can't prevent would be too costly.
But the accidents are something you can prevent.
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Nothing further.
Please state your name for the record.
Anise Alvarez.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good morning, Detective Alvarez.
It's 12:01. Hardly morning.
Good attention to detail. Allow me to rephrase. Good afternoon, Detective Alvarez.
Good afternoon.
How long have you been working in Midland as a safety detective?
A little over 8 years now.
You've received many accolades while in service. Most recently, you worked on arresting Nathan Montague and halting the efforts of the Anti-Safety Brigade.
Is there a question?
The question is that true?
Yes.
The clock is ticking, Mr. Cameron. Please speed up the questioning post-haste, or you're going to get on my bad side.
What I'm trying to establish, Your Honor, is that while Detective Alvarez is very experienced and knowledgeable in her field, she has become corrupt.
Objection. Where's the evidence?
I'm the corrupt one? How dare you?
I said objection.
Overruled. Assuming you have the evidence, Mr. Cameron.
I do, Your Honor. For starters, is it true you consistently and constantly wear your uniform while not on duty?
That is true.
And you also consistently and constantly drive your patrol car while also not on duty?
Also true.
Why is that?
Objection. Relevance?
Sustained. Mr. Cameron, this is your final warning. Please get to the point.
I'm painting a picture of an individual obsessed with her job to the point of skirting legal and ethical procedures. For instance, the fact that you were suspended last year. Would you like to tell us about that?
Why don't you tell us? You seem eager to.
Weeks before you arrested Nathan Montague, you went to his humble abode without a warrant and proceeded to threaten and intimidate the man, causing massive damage to his property.
I was upset.
Clearly, upset and overreacting. That seems to be a theme with you.
I must object to this line of questioning. It's clearly outside the scope of the case.
With respect to my colleague, the case is a symptom. We need to get to the root of the cause. Detective Alvarez's rampant abuse of power.
I don't see how this incident is relevant to Camus.
It shares one common variable. The most important one of all. Detective Anise Alvarez herself.
Your Honor, please. This is completely unacceptable and without precedent.
I will allow this to continue. And, Counselor, I'll be the judge of what is acceptable or unacceptable in this courtroom. Is that understood?
Morris went on the stand next.
It's true. I thought, and still think, very highly of Detective Alvarez. But unfortunately, even after all her years with us, she still doesn't understand proper regulations and procedures.
And am I to assume leaking classified documents, harassing suspects, and, well, let's see, it's a long list, Your Honor. Destruction of property, notably the car known as Cat. Punching a nun, kidnapping an elderly man, causing someone to have a heart attack and die.
Objection! Mr. Cameron is trying to give a false impression of my client by not providing context.
But these events did happen. They reflect Detective Alvarez's conduct both on and off duty, do they not? Chief?
That is correct.
Then they started putting witnesses from my previous cases on the stand. People who weren't exactly fond of me.
Describe your encounter with Detective Alvarez.
She was very rude to me when all I was simply trying to do was my job.
And what did she do after that?
She broke into my house, started throwing all my belongings, my worldly possessions around the room like rag dolls. Destroyed nearly everything.
How did that make you feel?
How did it make me feel? How do you think it made me feel? I lost Tiger. I lost my career. Now I'm a sellout, putting face on rectal ointment tubes. Do you know how humiliating this is?
But we fought back. Put character witnesses on the stand who would help my case. And more importantly, how I looked in front of the jury.
Tell me about your interactions with Detective Alvarez.
Interactions? You mean like talking? Of course you do! Okay, but seriously, Anise is like the daughter I never had. You know, I've only known her like 6 years, or 7, or 3, I don't know. Time's a social construct. Anyway, you get what I mean?
How would you best describe her work ethic?
The model safety detective. No, she's more than that. She wanted to save lives and make the world a better place.
You've worked the most with Detective Alvarez.
Yeah, and she's been totally 100% dependable. She has a strong sense of ethics. She is unshakable through and through, and I'm proud to call her my best friend. I mean, we've been through so many things together. Watching an art sculpture for 48 hours, going undercover to bust the anti-safety brigade, sending my mom's adopted goblin child back to the subterranean cave home where he came from.
Hold on. Could you repeat that?
Well, it's obvious, right? She's my sister, so that makes me the one person who's known her the longest.
Your Honor, I have one more witness to call, but need to confirm his availability. I request a short recess.
Very well. You have 10 minutes, Counselor.
How we doing, Cindy?
Right now, I'd say they're slightly ahead, but we still have a chance to turn it around. I'd like to employ a new strategy. We need to focus on the retaliation.
You mean my accident?
Yes, and that's why I'm calling Sylvester to the stand. He'll be a hostile witness, but we can turn the trial around if we prove he was acting on the Commissioner's orders when he tried to murder you at the hospital.
Sounds like a long shot. What do you think, Anise?
Miss Coleman?
Is Sylvester here?
About that. He's kind of dead.
He's what?
They found him in his cell an hour ago. Allergic reaction to pineapple.
That doesn't sound good.
Our star witness is dead?
I gotta go.
Well, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting.
We still have 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. You've been doing quite well. Much better than I expected. So I'd like to offer you a plea deal.
We'll listen, but there's no guarantee we'll take it.
Detective Alvarez, we're offering to drop all charges against you today as long as you accept within the next 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
What's the catch?
You resign as safety detective. Every single award and accolade you received will be voided. Your pension will be nullified, and you will be unable to work for the city or any other city in this capacity again.
Anise.
Think it over. You know where to find me.
Anise, we can still move on without Sylvester's testimony. We can question Jim on what happened at the hospital. Then if we have time, we can find out where the pineapple came from.
I'm taking the deal.
But Anise, being a safety detective is your life.
How many years would I have to serve if I was found guilty? Upwards of 10?
There's still a chance we can win. Or at the very least, get leverage for a better deal.
No, even if I do make out of this intact, they're only going to try again. I don't want to spend my life fighting them. There are other, more important battles ahead.
All right, I'll tell him.
That's right. I took the deal. It's done. And in an instant, it was over in more ways than one.
I can't believe after 8 years, giving your all, this is how you go out. I'm so sorry, Anise. For everything.
If this had happened as recently as last year, I would have been devastated. Lost all nerve. Cried. But I feel nothing. I've come to learn that it doesn't matter. My job doesn't have to define who I am.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to make a cup of green tea. 2, if you want one. And I'm going to sit down and drink it.
And then what? What's your next step? What are you going to do with your life?
This is not the end, Erica. Only the beginning.
What do you mean? The beginning of what?
Sometimes you have to make your own path in life. I'm still going to be a safety detective, but I'm going to work for myself instead of the city. I'm going to go freelance.